everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe and today I'm going to be making a video about Kemi Badenoch's working class claim. Can your job define your class? So let's get right into it. Kemi Badenoch is a politician from the British Conservative Party. The former business secretary is one of 4 candidates interested in taking over as new leader for the Conservative Party post Rishi Sunak. So I think currently she is in the final, so it's 2 candidates now. On Chopper's political podcast with Christopher Hope, Kemi shared firsthand her experiences working at McDonald's and said the following, which caused some stir.
It was the first time that I interacted properly with people who didn't come from the sort of background that I came from. You know, I grew up in a middle-class family, but I became working class when I was 16 working in McDonald's.
What was Kemi's true intentions in trying to say that she was working class? And working class people have this conversation often, how non-working class people like to use working classness as a costume to appear relatable or more down to earth, that they can envision what it's like to be in our shoes. And in her bid for leadership, that is exactly what she is trying to do. But that's not what her life has been. Her life has been something that has been very cushioned, a private school, and so she was born in Wimbledon in 1980. Her mother was a professor for physiology. Her father was a GP. All of this, you know, you can tell people's class sometimes in their ability to travel as well. I definitely think that is an indicator, and she has that. So yes, she has a degree. That doesn't necessarily always reflect people's class, but it's her history of education coupled in with her parents' class stability and ultimately the opportunities that she's had throughout her career. If you just do a quick Google search, Kemi's never had any sort of difficulties in that area. Stevie is not suggesting any kind of difficulty in that area, and the difficulties she may have faced, she does not believe that discrimination or racism exists. So anyway, there's this huge bit where she's trying to be relatable. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And then it also undermines her competition, is what she's attempting to do. She's trying to draw a contrast between her and her competitors, and that she's more understanding of us brokies, essentially. And then there's the element of her wanting to appeal to potential Conservative Party voters who are anti-immigration, who are racist, and that she can win over. Just to give you a little sense of why I believe this is, I'll put a clip, if you're not familiar, of Kemi Badenoch's politics in 2020 when she did a speech around Black Lives Matter and critical race theory.
What we are against is the teaching of contested political ideas as if they are accepted facts. We don't do this with communism, we don't do this with socialism, we don't do it with capitalism. And I want to speak about a dangerous trend in race relations that has come far too close to home to my life. And it is the promotion of critical race theory, an ideology that sees my blackness as victimhood and their whiteness as oppression. I want to be absolutely clear. This government stands unequivocally against critical race theory. Some schools have decided to openly support the anti-capitalist Black Lives Matter group, often fully aware that they have a statutory duty to be politically impartial. Black lives do matter, of course they do. But we know that the Black Lives Matter movement, capital BLM, is political. I know this because at the height of the protest, I've been told of white Black Lives Matter protesters calling, and I'm afraid I apologize for saying this word, calling a black armed police officer guarding Downing Street a p***. That is why we do not endorse that movement on this side of the House. It is a political movement, and what would be nice would be for members on the opposite side to condemn many of the actions that we see this political movement, instead of pretending that it is a completely wholesome anti-racist organization.
On a whole, Kemi is clearly trying to play a game here. She's saying this all for a reason. And she's not working class. She's never been working class. How we view working classness has definitely shifted. And there are definitely those who I personally might view as working class, just to give you a context or something in real time. But that does not mean that they self-identify in relation to the class system, that there's that class awareness. And I think that is also an interesting conversation in itself. It is not a static position. This is not to exclude reference to how rigid the social class system is in terms of how I view class, and that once you experience working classness, it's not easy to change class if you're a poor person, in summary. And that is due to the discrimination, that is due to the barriers that poor people face in gaining more money, in gaining stability to the level that they could elevate their class position and experience social mobility. We could have a much longer conversation on this topic, and yeah, I just wanted to do a little chit chat on that. I hope you enjoyed the video. How do you define social class? Do you think that social class is something that is constantly shifting and evolving? Do you think it's more static in definition? I also feel that some people might define themselves more in relation to status as opposed to class that they have. So it really is something that varies based on perspective. Anyway, that brings me to my final point. Please let me know what you think of the video below and stay tuned for more content. Bye!